We are joined here by Triple Goddess. Now, back in the day, before radio was owned by Top 40 and record execs would send the radio stations what to play, the only way you could break through was through the college station. So it didn't matter if you were rock, jazz, pop. If you didn't get through the college station, no one would play you. 89.1 WYBF is honored to continue this tradition with a band that is simply gonna kick your ass. That's the best way to describe it, and there's no other way. I'm joined here with Triple Goddess. I got Frank, who's vocals on guitar, Bobby Andrews, drums, Matt Peterson, guitar, and Joseph Sacco. Did I say it right?
That's it.
Say it. I felt like I said it weird. I apologize. He is the vocals and bass. Triple Goddess. Guys, how you doing?
Very good. Thanks for having us.
Beautiful.
Woo.
Thank you.
I'm feeling the energy, guys. Oh, my God. So how far was the trip? How was it?
A little over an hour. Wasn't too bad.
You guys were speaking to my producer, Samuel, the Prophet, and he said you guys got a little lost, and he was on the phone with you guys, and what was up with that?
We zigged when we should have zagged. So
There you go.
Because he comes back in, and he's like, I think they're at Eastern.
Yeah, we were.
Yeah, we were. Like this ain't spring.
I was like, wait, what do you mean? Guys, thank you for coming. It is great. You guys are performing in Philadelphia tomorrow. Very exciting. Where are you performing tomorrow?
Kung Fu Necktie.
That sounds violent. That is great for this Halloween weekend.
Oh, yeah. So, Little Rock venue.
You guys have your first EP out. It is Pure Power. You guys have been on the local shots for WMMR 93.3, known throughout Philadelphia. You guys are making moves, and you're still in the developing stages. This is why I'm excited. So how did you guys culminate to come together?
well, I think you need to ask Bobby and Frank. They're the veterans of the band.
Me and Frank, we played together for a while. We were in a couple bands together. Our last band broke up, and we were hanging out, and we're like, we wanted to do something new. We took a year off, actually.
How old were you guys?
Probably 21, 22. And we took a year off just to demo songs and find our sound, get our chops together. And within that time, Maddie, who's one of my best friends, and I also played in bands with and toured with, he didn't have anything going on. So after a year of us having a plethora of songs, we asked Maddie, hey man, would you want to learn these songs and come jam sometime? Because he's a hell of a player. He learned some songs, he came and jammed with us, and the rest is history, I guess.
The rest is history. Now, we here pride ourselves on knowing a little bit about the band when you show up, but it does say on your Facebook page, when you guys got together, you got a place in upstate New York, and you started creating the band's sound. You guys started experimenting, started going at it, and I just wanted to know, what were the parties like?
It was
What you guys know?
it was four guys in upstate New York. It was in the woods, and it was kind of like the terrain out here, ups and downs and hills everywhere, and it was freezing cold. And I think it was just a weekend of us hanging out, drinking beer, seeing what came of it, and a lot of listening to Thin Lizzy. I mean, and Black Sabbath, and that's the one thing with all of us. We've always clicked, and we can always hit bands off everybody else, and everybody seems to like what everybody brings to the table. I mean, there's really no borders to what we like, and what we try to implement in our sound or just try to pay homage to.
And you could definitely hear it when you guys play. The first song I'm about to play, probably my favorite song off the EP. It's called Get Some Rock and Roll. And when I first heard it, I heard the slide of the pick on the strings, and then I was thinking Metallica. And then I heard Motorhead. And then the singing started. I'm like, AC/DC? And it was a beautiful mix of all these different influences, but it wasn't something that was copied. It was fresh. It was brand new. Ladies and gentlemen, let's take a moment to listen to the song 89.1 WYBF, new music, Get Some Rock and Roll by the band Triple Goddess. Kick-ass song, kick-ass band, Get Some Rock and Roll. It's beautiful. 89.1 WYBF, John the Ninja, and I'm joined by Triple Goddess. Now, guys, we were talking because some things the listeners don't get to hear, but I was just going, it's just a beautiful masterpiece of different genre, different rock and roll bands and influences. I'm spitting Metallica, Motorhead, AC/DC. I'm going to say that all night, but tell the people what it was like when you were making the drum riff for it.
So basically for that song, just how I approach drums with all of our songs, I'm always inspired by something or a drummer from an era of heavy rock because that's what I love to listen to. And when we were writing that song, I was like, I would love to have like a Phil Taylor Motorhead kind of groove, but I didn't want the whole song to be like a thrashy Motorhead song, even though Motorhead rocks. I wanted to have some groove element in there. So I was like, who could I think of that has that, that groove factor? And for some reason, I was thinking Phil Rudd. I think I was listening to AC/DC that day. And I was like, how can I combine Motorhead plus AC/DC? And that's how it came up pretty much, the structure of that song.
I've done recording once for a friend. She said, I'm doing a rock song. I need you to do a solo. I don't comprehend musical composition. I've taken classes for it. I suck at it. My teacher told me. I agreed. But I do understand certain methods. I understood, okay, you want to rip? Doesn't need to make sense? Cool, who cares? She brings me this pop song. And she is way into the musical theory. Every time I strum a note, oh, that's not the right key. Okay, and I did it. What I'm told was it was good. When I hear it, I hate it. I practice it on my guitar, trying to do it better. And I feel so bad because she came to me and I sucked. And I was just curious, when you guys were recording, because you guys produced, you guys did this yourself. What was it like recording? Did it humble you, the whole process of trying to get it right, trying to get it perfect? Or did you guys go for the old school approach of, oh, I made one mistake? Rock and roll. So what was that like?
Well, I'd say it was definitely a humbling experience.
Wait, you got to say your name.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm Matt. I play guitar. Yeah. It's definitely a humbling experience because you're really picking yourself apart. You want to aim for perfection. You want it to be that ideal take. But in hindsight, you're always going to find something that you wish you did different. I mean, that just comes from practicing and playing shows. You're always going to say, oh, I wish I could have done that. And so we recorded it live. I mean, we didn't do track by track. We didn't do a drum track and then layer and all that. It was all live recording. Except for adding solos and whatnot. So what you're getting is us capturing the moment of whether it was the first take that was just perfect or it was the 20th take. Definitely an eye-opening experience to see how bad or good you really are,
Right. There's always a song that resonates with you most when you play. I'm going to go to our bassist, Joseph.
All right.
Because you are what holds the band together. That people don't understand how important bass and drums are. The bassist never gets praised.
Right.
I love bassists.
Thank you.
All right. Flea, Jake Figueroa, Steve Harris, my God. Yeah. And I just wanted to get the take from you, being the unsung hero. While you were recording with the guys, what was your favorite song that you anchored down?
My favorite song, probably because we'd been playing it the longest, was Chosen One, which was the last song on the album, only because we'd been playing it so long, and I felt like it was the one that I understood the most, and I could really channel we all got the same energy and same vibe together, so we were able to get a good take. But there was others that I felt like that way about too, so I liked Black Star City too.
Okay.
So they were all good, but Chosen One was probably my solid foundation.
Now, do you have a certain way of playing the bass? Do you prefer slap more? Do you prefer... Don't say you pick. Please don't tell me you
I don't pick.
Yes.
Bass players don't pick.
For me, I just try to hit the notes hard, because we're playing rock. I want to make every note count to just really channel that feeling, yeah. So,
all right.
That's all I got to say.
Frank and Matt, what about you guys? Is there any particular guitar technique you like?
I'll let Frank start off on that one because I might get a little long-winded with it.
It's all you, Frank. Let me describe Frank for you. He's come in. Everyone looks like a rock star. They got the hats, they got the gear, the flannels, the beard, but Frank is by far that one. Like, picture a cooler-looking Danny Clavito, the drummer for Ozzy right now.
I like that. Thank you. I appreciate that.
We call him Beautiful Franco. So.
Where'd that come from?
We spent a lot of time together.
Yeah.
I listen to a lot of blues, so I feel like that definitely comes out in the formation of the songs, like how we go, doing like the 12-bar kind of thing, especially when I'm playing rhythm and, you want to have a solo over it or whatever. But to be honest, I picked up a harmonica when I was extremely young and started playing right off the bat with it, and I realized that I could just by ear, I could mimic things. I guess I had a good ear.
Right.
And then I picked up a guitar, and I always kind of went off of just my own unique feel and just mimicking things. And as I got older, I started to look into the scales and understand the picking and everything, So, I mean, it's a little bit of taking from what I hear and then trying as much as I can to get into the theory, but I'm nowhere where I want to be with that, and that's what I'm trying to progress on. So,
okay,
that's what I can give you for that.
Well, we got to take a quick commercial break. We got to pay the bills, ladies and gentlemen. But before we do, I've been dying to hear this song. It is an exclusive on their EP, Pure Power. Remember, you got to pick it up. It is available. Go to their website, triplegoddess.com. Or you can get it on streaming sites, you know, the usual spots, Amazon, Spotify, and if they don't have them, they will. But this is an exclusive. If you want to hear it and get the CD, this one is one you should know. It's called Bad Boy Boogie.
89.1 FM, WYBF, Radnor, Pennsylvania.
Ain't it a great evening? Gosh, it was such a beautiful day, and it's been going back and forth like it usually has been. It's been freezing, then warm, and then it's been cold. It's beyond belief, and then it's just a nice fall day. You walk on the beach with the person you love, or your imaginary lover, whatever. Anyway, John the Ninja here, and I'm joined by Triple Goddess, and I'm telling you, it says it better. It says a hard kick in the ass, and I have to agree, because not many bands bring it anymore. You guys got to listen to the rendition, their ode to AC/DC with Bad Boy Boogie. I didn't even listen to more than 5 seconds. I was in love with it. I'm not being a suck-up, because they're in studio, and they're a band that's on the rise. I could care less. If you suck, I tell you to the face. I've gotten punched over it, beat up over it. There's nothing you can do, but that was a good song. First 5 seconds, I was hooked, and you guys just listen to Pistol. Wait, somebody's nodding there. Oh, he was nodding his head, yes. I thought he was nodding his head, no. I was like, oh.
He's nodding his head because we're going to get you afterwards. You don't say good stuff.
All right. Over the breaks, God, I wish people were here to see this. We were just talking back and forth about their experiences on the road. We even had a caller call in and ask, he told me to ask about Del Pro. Was that correct? Del Pro?
Del Paxton of the high school band.
Del Paxton.
But that's for
another time.
Cat Beach.
Yeah, Matt's dad call in and say we're sounding great. So back to what you guys are doing. You guys are touring. You guys have done hard tours prior to. What has it been like touring with this band? What was your first show like? What's it been like that's been different than the other bands? Because you guys are, people think the musicians are the pop stars that fly around in the nice $100,000 jet airplanes, the buses. But real musicians are more starving. They're more hardworking people, searching for work, fighting for work. What's it been like for you guys going on this journey with this band, and what has been different for you?
This band is, still relatively in its infancy. I mean, it's going to be a year soon of our trip up to New York that actually, we found what our sound was. Bobby and myself, I've been playing music and playing in bands since 15 years old, so, none of them ever really amounted to anything. I remember just bands that Bobby and I were in and traveling and just being in the worst places sometimes, and, you're just trying to, make the best of it because you're there with your friends, and, you might be sleeping in your van on the, cold streets of Toronto one night, and the next night you get a nice hotel room, so it kind of has its ups and downs. It makes you appreciate it a lot more.
Any crazy stories that you guys have that just this one night was like, oh my God, did that just happen?
There is some crazy stories.
There's definitely too many to mention.
Crazy stories.
You gotta give us one.
Bobby, give him one now.
Phew, man, where do I even?
Because I got one.
Yeah, one time we had a bassist, and this was crazy. It was the first time I ever seen this. Probably the only time in my life I ever seen this. He had a night of king,
Yeah.
And as he was blowing junks, he did a straight front flip and landed. It was insane. While he was throwing up.
He landed
amazing. I've never seen anything like that. So that was pretty classic.
Sounds more epic to me than.
Yeah, man, it was insane. I mean, he's a crazy man. But there was a lot of stories. We did a lot of tours. One of many.
Oh my God, he did a front flip. I'm sorry,
I'm throwing up, man.
That is a talent. That needs to become
right there.
That needs to become a sport or part of gymnastics.
Just saying.
So one thing I admire is a lot of people say they want to do something and they don't. All right, I believe one of the best quotes I've ever heard was from Suicidal Tendencies frontman when he said, "Well, my dad always said if you wanted to do something, then why not do it? Did you try it? Then no." And Mike Murr's one of those guys. He's just full of wisdom. So I was wondering, you guys are currently trying to gather steam, trying to get out there. Listen, people, if there is a show in Philadelphia or across the river in beautiful Hamden, the tropical ghetto, I love it. It's beautiful. You'll see these guys. Every show, that major, minor, it doesn't matter. I've seen them. They've been out there passing out flyers, giving CDs, and they're hustling. Now, for the other musicians that are just starting, how do you guys build enough traction to go to a place like the Kung Fu Necktie or the TLA and say, hey, we want to play here? What's that process like?
It's tough when you're first starting out because, you're really trying to develop your name. That was kind of the thought process behind handing all these CDs out that we did over the summer for free, just because we wanted to just plant seeds, really, and just give people our music ourselves rather than pay like a service to just blast you in your Facebook newsfeed or something like that. I think it's more all about the relationship you establish when you give somebody that piece of music. That goes a longer way, That's why we're here with you right now. From doing that, being out in the streets, to be honest with you, that's how we got a lot of opportunities. Not sitting on Facebook and hitting, emailing this person. That's fine if you do that. Mm-hmm. But how we got a lot of our opportunities was from being out at these concerts, putting it all on the line, giving people our CDs and hoping it goes a long way. And it does, because you're developing that relationship, And
that's how you gather fans, People
Exactly.
see the hard work and they relate to it. Even if they're lazy, they relate to it. And that's what I like, because you guys, upstate New York to Philadelphia is not an easy trip. Mm-hmm. I did Philly to North Carolina just to see a friend who dropped out of college and became a power plant manager. But that's a hell of a drive just to go, okay, we may play, we may not play. Okay, we may not get paid. But that's dedication. That's what I like about you guys. You got to see them. They're all nodding and smiling in unison. This is a band. I want to throw out a little love to your manager. Say hi to your manager, guys.
Crunchy.
Yeah.
Fifth member.
Let me
The
tell
best
you,
manager that ever lived.
he's dressed up for the part. He's playing no games. I don't even think those are prescription glasses because there's no lenses, but he is pulling it off right now. He looks like a full-on manager. Showed up, got out the car. Hi, I'm just the manager. Here are the boys.
That's the boss.
He's the truth.
Boss, man.
He's
the
the truth.
How did you even score him? You guys are just starting, and you have a manager. That's good credentials when you go to some place.
I think Crunchy say it for
Yeah,
himself.
come on, Crunch.
Come on. No. You're the manager. You get the nice mic stand. Come here.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, I might have broken.
Yeah.
Go for it.
No doubt. Appreciate the love, boys. Really, I actually grew up in the same town, Matt and Bobby, watching them guys grow as musicians over the past 10, 15 years of my life. Always maintain a really great relationship with both of them, and when they finalized the lineup early this year and played their first show in Atlantic City, had a conversation with Bobby the next day. We went to a Flyers game after that show where you really got a feel for their new sound and where they were going. What he said to me was like every great heavy rock band had a guy in their corner that was working for them and going for it. So he asked me to play the part of the manager and doing the best I can to rock with him.
Let me tell you guys, as I move this, that's a true friend.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he's not even going to be in the spotlight. People will just see him on the side of the stage, and they'll be like, "Who the hell is this lucky bastard?"
It's our brother, man.
Then again, the concept of a band, a family, unison. Even if years down the road you guys make it as rock stars, get torn apart by the drugs, sex, and rock and roll, and all hate each other, it's very hard to find a select group of people where you can do that at the same time. No matter what instrument, it's so hard to find the unison. So that's amazing. Any rituals that you guys came up with right before you start playing? Like some people like to stretch. Like me, I have to scream just to get comfortable. Like individually, what is your techniques before you go on stage?
I like to take a shot of whiskey.
Shot of whiskey, that's good. Get the blood pumping. Let's get it. All right.
I'm Joe. I come up with something on the spot usually.
Someone on the spot?
Yeah. If I want to move around, get myself warmed up, or
How do you get the fingers warm?
I try to do a couple of hand exercises just to get the blood flowing, and then just play some notes real slow.
So if you people have ever seen Gladiator, he did the little pick up the sand, rub your hands.
That's it.
That's pretty much what I do. Yeah.
All right.
I'm Frank.
The rock star of the band.
Just vocal warm-ups, exercises, little things to get that going, loosen up. You got to stretch that out, making sure that the body's loose, stretching, maybe go for a run,
You said go for a run.
yeah, absolutely.
Because I've done cross country. I've done
Me too.
Really?
Yeah.
What's your best 8K?
Oh,
Okay,
true.
8K.
I don't remember.
He's the real runner.
Okay,
Stallion.
but you first and then him because
I don't even know. Yeah, it's been a while.
you forgot. All right, what's your 8K? Come on.
My name's Pep.
His nickname's Pep.
My nickname's Pep, but my name's Joe.
See, but that's what people want to know. They want to. Oh, that's his name.
Well, that's what they call me.
What's your best 8K?
My best 5K is around 17. I ran 17:04. Well, I think I could do a lot better.
That's still better than mine, because I used to run for the school over there, and I'm sitting there like, I hate this sport. And he walks up, he's like, okay, you're doing 10 today. What the?
Yeah, it's a lot. You learn to love it as you progress if you like it.
I still hate it.
Yeah.
I mean, best race I ever had, a dude tripped in front of me and I beat him. That was it. The only thing that made me happy. I was like, I got a laugh out of it. Oh God, this hill.
That's awesome.
I'm sorry, you go for a run that really blew my mind.
I mean, anything really to just get loose, because I don't want any tension, you know.
The drummer. Because let me tell you, I saw the dude from Volbeat. I saw him come out. He was stretching. I was like, oh, it's about to go down. So,
yeah, man, you burn some calories drumming, man.
What's your technique to warm up?
I take lessons still. So typically I give myself about an hour every morning, kind of stretch my hands out, and whatever warm-up I'm working with my teacher. So once I do that, I also lift actively, go to the gym and all that, to stay fit, because it's brutal back there sometimes when you're playing with these animals. you gotta bring it, you know what I mean?
You're the animal.
Yeah, right. My warm-up that I work out with my teacher and going to the gym.
All right. What we're going to do is we're going to play the song that they're pushing the most. 89.1 WYBF, John the Ninja. This one is called Wicked Lady. I need a wicked woman in my life, and when I say a wicked woman, I mean a woman that loves Jesus and helps me do the dishes and take out the trash and pay the bills. And
that's what it's all about.
Amen. I'm telling you guys, the looks disappear, but if she's a good woman at heart, there's a lot of other factors. Just keep that in mind. So, Triple Goddess is called Wicked Women. Now, guys, this is the song you guys push the most, the song that you guys want to get out there. This is the song also that I'm hearing is the most liked off the EP from either, say, whoever does a review, friends I've given the album to, and the demo. What about the song made you guys say, this is our go-to first?
To be honest with you, I think Zach said something when we were recording.
Zach, what did you say?
I just said that.
Into the microphone.
I said it was about a hot chick from a lyrical content standpoint. Chicks like being sang about, and dudes like song about a pretty chick. Real. So they can all relate to it, and just really the lyrical content. And it's just had a very catchiness to it.
That is a genius that you guys have. Let me tell you something, because Pretty Reckless did a song called Follow Me Down. Thank you. So the song was about a girl going after a guy, and she was singing to the guy, and I'm sitting there, I'm like, I kind of like this. Yeah, girl, she doing what to me? Oh. I'm doing a little Angus Young thing. I'm like, all right. Like I said, that is a good idea. Guys do like songs. Girls do like being sung about.
Well, let's face it, all the greatest songs about a woman, so.
Like I said, you guys have a very unique sound. It's a great blend. And I'm very curious, what would you consider the key to the sound?
Well, the good thing is we all like heavy music. So we all had that to go off of. Now, the cool thing about this whole story is over that year that we took off and me and Frank were writing songs and demoing songs, we would be hanging out with Matt, and he would come over and he would just plug in different old classic rock bands, because me and Frank were jamming a lot of stuff that we came up in, which was from the 90s. Pumpkins, Peppy too. Of course, Peppy. And Pumpkins, Chains, Soundgarden, classic stuff. But Matt had a really, really good knowledge of classic rock. So we'd be hanging out with him, and he would be throwing us all these bands that we never really dug deep into, and it just opened our brain. And then from there, we were all, intrigued by all eras of rock, heavy rock specifically.
Okay. Now, when you look back on the feel and all the music you've created so far, do you think any of your upbringing, because music is part of yourself, if I were to do an album, it would be a very interesting mix of what the hell is this versus this is 0 to 100 really fast. But I've had an interesting upbringing. My parents, it was an even combination. My mom spoiled me, my dad put me through the ringer. That created who I am personality-wise. So do you think that helped inspire music? What about you guys growing up? What do you think translated to what you guys create now?
Well, I think the album art is a good testament to our upbringing, just paying homage to our roots. I mean, if you haven't seen the album, basically what it is, it's a Mack truck. Frank and Peppy, the Sacco brothers, their family has a concrete business, and
it's an old picture of one of their first trucks.
That was one of their first trucks. So there's definitely a hardworking, small town aspect that is just inherent in us. I mean, just who we are. I mean, we're not city boys. We didn't grow up in cul-de-sacs. I mean, we're backwoods South Jersey people for the most part.
And being one of them, I understand your pain. Now, you guys said this is one of their first trucks. I'm looking at it. Is a Mack truck. When I first saw the album art, I was thinking pure power. I'm gonna run somebody over with this truck. That's what I was thinking. But did you guys actually get to drive this truck, or have you driven trucks like this?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
Did you hit somebody with it?
No.
I could drive that.
Can you?
Yeah, I'll drive that.
I mean,
I got my CDL. It's no big deal.
Matty is a diesel mechanic, man.
Are you? Yeah. Next question I had, what are your jobs outside of rock? Because like I said, the normal starving musician is a multi-talented person. They have many trades. Even though they may have these trades illegally, they have many trades. What do you guys do to support yourselves and the band?
This is Bobby. You ever see that movie Rockstar with Mark Wahlberg?
Yes.
You know how he's an IT guy by day with the long hair?
No, tell me you're not
I
IT.
don't wear eyeliner. But I'm an IT guy by day.
Oh my God.
I'm more of like a systems analyst. So like we have a system and I kind of just support the system.
Okay.
I'm not really too into coding. But to be honest with you, I'm more about the music. I don't really think about IT stuff.
Back to the music. You right. But God, oh y'all look the part. Next one.
Because we are. My brother and I have been doing construction work for a while. We do mostly concrete work. And so we touch on all kinds of stuff. But it's a family-owned business, and I've been doing it since I was a young kid. So, I mean, that's really what we came up in, That's it, man.
That's great, because the steps in my front house, it just cracked, so I'm going to need some
I'll come right over and fix that for you. I will.
All right, and the diesel driver, the mechanic.
Matt.
Cool.
I actually work for a power delivery company in South Jersey, and I'm a fleet mechanic for them. I fix everything that's got wheels and rolls and runs and goes. Yeah.
Oh my God. I'm telling you, it's so exciting to have guys from South Jersey with you, because if you haven't lived down there and experienced high taxes, high gas prices, and just the sheer utter ridiculousness of dudes throwing up and doing front flips, you can't understand, man. Philly's good, but Jersey, we're dirty Jersey for a reason.
Jersey boys.
So I saw you had some tats, man.
Yeah.
I'm very curious. Why are you hiding them?
Well, it's a little cold out right now.
Okay. But who else has tattoos? Everybody has a tattoo?
I actually have two, and one of them was done by Matt.
It was done by...
Yeah.
You're a tattoo artist, too?
I was in a...
Before he was in the band.
Oh, okay. I'm sitting here
Yeah,
like,
I've had my hands in a couple different pots over the years.
Pots? What?
Yeah, and it's always just come back to fixing stuff and working on equipment. And
Matt is talented at anything he touches, man, I'll tell you that.
Thank you. That's very nice to hear. But I just try to.
I got a joke in my head. I can't say it on the air. Oh my God! All right, guys. All right, Black Star City. Can you guys tell me a little bit about this song, since this is the last song we have to play by you guys tonight?
Actually, when we went and recorded this EP, we had most of the songs. We went home, and I was toying around with a riff. Matt had just pushed some Judas Priest my way, and I was really getting into that. And, I was playing around with a riff, and I kind of had that feel. We went back and decided to record that. So that was like, we went back to do that song, and I guess we just wanted a hard-driving Judas Priest kind of feeling song.
Judas Priest. I'll never forget when they came into town. My friend came in, and he was just like, dude, Priest. Now, mind you, my friend is an African American who likes heavy metal, and he was dressed in a full suit, looking at me going, dude. 89.1 WYBF, Triple Goddess. Woo! God, that voice of yours.
Thank you.
He's eating a donut. He's got a drink in his hand. Like, do you have any methods to help it? Like, other than the exercises, like the do re mi.
Ronnie Van Zant.
Ronnie Van Zant.
I took some time looking up just technique, exercises, just, simple stuff to do. But I've been singing since I was a young kid.
Now, is Ronnie Van Zant the poster child, the model you have? If you had to choose, who would you say I emulate their style? Like, who would you say is your combination of influence?
I try to keep it unique to myself, but taking in the influence and understanding the feel of what they're trying to put out and stuff. Like, there's a bunch of singers, but Ronnie Van Zant is definitely a big one for me, man. When I was young, I used to listen to a lot of Bruce Springsteen. No, I don't sound like him, but understanding the energy and like what he was putting out and what he was singing and stuff. But I mean, it's everything day to day that I listen to, know. Scott Weiland was a big one for me. Oh, yeah.
God bless his soul.
Absolutely. His characters, his voice, his technique, like what he can do, it was very unique, and I took in a lot from him.
Which is funny. His birthday was just yesterday. Rest in peace.
Yeah.
He was an interesting character when I met him. His handshake.
How was that?
It was...
His handshake.
His handshake was like... It was weird. It was manly, but it was like, all right, this is mine, right?
Okay.
This is his. No, it was like, I acknowledge you, but you're not important. But he was cool, you know. But guys, still, I want to go back to this Triple Goddess, pure power. Come here, Mr. Manager. Come here. All right, do what you do best. I want you to sell me and everyone listening the album. So if I want to get in contact with Triple Goddess, what do I do?
First thing you want to do is check out the website. It's www.triplegoddessrock.com. On there, you'll find links to all the social media stuff. Most important thing that you want to do, if you like heavy rock music, you want to come out to the show tomorrow at Kung Fu Necktie. And stay tuned with all the stuff that's on the social media to find out about the other upcoming shows around the tri-state area. These guys are out here working. They're already making new music. They're doing something different.
Now, what time are doors?
7 o'clock.
And the amount of money?
$10. 21 plus, be aware.
Who cares? Kids aren't allowed. This is rock and roll. Back in the day, no kids allowed. But guys, think about it. $10 to see a band that's coming up, that's gonna be somewhere. Let me tell you a quick story. My father, he likes rock, and he has such a passion for music. And one day, while he was working, my father has two friends walk up. They go, "Oh, we're going to New York to see a band." So I was like, "Who are you guys gonna see?" They go, "The Red Hot Chili Peppers."
Ooh. What? 91?
Yeah, 91. Ooh. When they were touring with Pearl Jam. Pearl Jam was supporting them. So my dad goes, "Okay, so what's the plan?" And they go, "Okay, we'll drive up to New York after work. We'll see the show, drive all night, and then come back in to work the next day. No sleep?" Dad looks at them. "Are you guys stoned?" And they were. But my dad, being the adventurer and awesome man he is, went to the show. And
True
it was
rocker.
Small ballroom, nice and closed, very intimate. Got to see all those hits. And I'm not saying the new stuff isn't good. But Suck My Kiss, the stuff off Mother's Milk, the stuff originally done with Hillel.
Classic, man. Classic.
You can't beat that. And then Pearl Jam. He wasn't a Pearl Jam fan, but that's not the point. Guys, think about it. $10, Saturday night, Philadelphia, a kick-ass rock and roll band that's going to inject fire into this industry. Definitely come. Now, got some more questions. I know they all looking at their phones, ready to go.
No way.
Do you guys?
I'm enjoying this.
Do you guys have music you're withholding? Do you have any new stuff ready?
I think the plan is to get something out, hopefully, fingers crossed, by the start of the new year. It could be a single, it could be an EP, we're not too sure yet. Mm-hmm. We are playing with stuff, and we got some demos lined up. So I think the next few months we'll focus on, where they take us.
Okay. Yeah, I think the big thing is playing some shows, too. I mean, we definitely want to get our name out there and show people our live game, because I think we've got a pretty powerful show.
Absolutely.
Like, sometimes you do something and you don't realize how powerful it is until you go back and like, oh, I did that? Oh, cool. That's kind of how I felt when I was watching your video. If you guys go to the Facebook, Triple Goddess on Facebook, is that right, Mr. Manager? He's nodding yes. Listen, this manager is on my case.
He's on top. He's on top of things.
He has been behind me all night. He's been, and you're not allowed behind the board. He's been pointing to this question, that question. I'm looking at him like, oh, I didn't even know I invited you, bro. Come on, here's the seat. Triple Goddess on Facebook. Check them out. The video they have at the very bottom. It's not gonna be like, oh my God, what did I just see? It's gonna be like, oh my God, what did I just say? Yes. So definitely check them out, guys. This is a very important question because I always end my interviews with this because I feel like it's the most potent and important for everyone. Whoever's listening, the person, it gives you a second to reevaluate yourself. What is the best piece of advice you have been given that comes to mind right now when I ask, what do you think of? And everybody has to answer this. Okay. Ask your manager. I think you definitely got to answer too because you're already right here next to the mic. So, you know what? That's great. You go first while they think about it because you're right next to the mic. What's the best piece of advice you have that you've been given?
What resonates between the five of us is that we all have a shared vision and we all kind of follow the path of our parents and the way we grew up, which is really just following a really hard work ethic and just working hard to get what you want.
Earning what you get. That's hard today to find because something about this generation, I don't know. Like I said, I was spoiled, but there's always been, I earned this. Fight to death. Don't care. I'm gonna lose. Cool. It's
Die
like
with your boots on.
Little Maiden reference. But if you guys ever seen Dragon Ball Z, Krillin, Probably the world's strongest human. Walks into fights, I'm going to die. Alright, let's go. Oh, what happened to Krillin? Oh, his neck's over there, his arm's right there. So, continuing, best piece of advice. And don't forget to say your name for the people.
Bobby, if there's any advice I had to give, it's put the work in. Kind of like what you said, a lot of people don't understand that there has to be work ethic. If you have a dream and you have a goal, that's great and fine and dandy, but if you're not going to do anything to get that dream or goal, you're just going to be sitting at home. So put the work in. That's all it comes down to. And I think that's what Zach was saying. That's how we grew up with our parents. That's what our parents were doing. They were putting the work in every single week, Monday through Friday. That's how we look at it,
I'm Frank. Don't be afraid to be true to who you are. Be yourself, and don't let anybody else tell you that you can't do what you want to do, because you can do whatever you want to do. You just have to go out there and get it. So
My advice is real similar to Frank's because, we spent a lot of time together. Definitely the biggest thing I've learned in life is to follow your own self, your own path. And like Crunch said with the vision, like you think of something, of a vision that really makes you feel, alive or makes you want to work towards it, and you put the work in, like Bob said. So
I think what we're really trying to achieve as this band is we're not trying to sound like anybody else, which is kind of hard because our influences run so deep. All I can say is originality for me is key. I mean, I don't remember where I read it, but originality is the failure of technique. So sometimes failing and not being, and I'm speaking of in a musician standpoint, and especially guitars, because that's what I do and try to do justice to, is there's nothing wrong with not being able to play like your heroes. I mean, having heroes is exactly what it is. I mean, don't try to be your heroes. Be original. I mean, just because you don't play it just like they do doesn't mean that you don't have your own unique sound. When it comes to songwriting and playing solos and just encompassing of being a band is, the small failures is what makes you who you are.
Just got the album. I'm very happy. Who is this picture on the back
That
sleeve?
is Paul Gustavi. He recorded us.
This is a badass picture.
We didn't know him, and we just went into it, and he was awesome. He is the man. He's great. He was great to us. He let us stay at his house.
Guys,
really, really cool dude. He's an artist.
He looks cool.
And a musician.
He used to be a White Zombie.
Yeah.
Really?
He's been around a good long time. He knows a lot of people.
My God, listen,
Thunderdome
people.
Studios, plug.
Guys, I'm telling you, he looks like a king at a throne. He's sitting on a throne. He's got the badass hat,
why we brought
glasses. He's even got a Gibson SG that's white.
He's rock.
Yes, he is.
That's why we went to him, man. He's rock and roll.
And you know what? It's going to pay off. Ladies and gentlemen, Triple Goddess. We got Frank Sacco. He is vocals and guitar, and his vocals are unique. We got Bobby Andrews, the drummer and the mastermind behind creating. Matt Peterson, guitar and the shredder. And Joseph Sacco, the most important player in the band, bass. We're going to go out to a song that the band asked for. It is Leonard Skinner. Let's go to the South and play for MCA 89.1 WYBF, your college station, bringing you all types of rock and roll. New, old, and the future best greats.